This video is going to be for people that are pretty much new to automatic watches. Most of my viewers, we take this for granted. We've been around a long time in the watch community and we understand how these things work. But it's been brought to my attention that occasionally, whether a watch is either purchased or gifted, they're naive to how the world of automatic watches actually work. So, for example, I want to try not to move it too much, but you can see the seconds hand on this thing is not moving. So you would be like, oh, the battery's dead. Well, there's no battery. It's an automatic watch. So why did it stop working? Well, it stopped working because there's no more energy in the watch. So you have to do a couple things. You have to have a little more intimate connection with the watch. Because, for example, here you can see that thing that spins? That's the rotor. That rotor moves around as you move your wrist or your arm while you're wearing the watch. Now you can see, as soon as I just moved it a little bit, further down, you can see that thing kind of going back and forth, almost like tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. That is your balance. That is part of the movement that is critical. All the parts are critical, let's be serious. But here's now you can see the seconds hand is moving. And it wasn't when I picked it up. And all I did was move it around a little bit. Some watches will activate like that and some won't. Some you can wind. This one, I'm turning the crown and I can feel it. I can feel the watch winding. And if you look at that tick-tock thing on the back, it's going back and forth quicker. So it's adding to its power reserve. So you can wind these things up, or you can give them what a lot of us call the Seiko Shuffle, and you can go like this with your automatic watch, and then you can set the time. You'll have to pop the crown out, and you'll have to set the time and date if you need it, but you'll have to set the time, say it's 9:05, and push it in. I'll make a separate video on how to set the watch. This is just basics. Automatic watch 101. Why did it stop working? How do I get it to work? Without getting into the nitty-gritty details. Now, because we're not going to work on this thing. We're not watchmakers, right? So we don't need to know, for the average person that's going to wear an automatic watch, we don't need to know all the components and what they do and how to make them do that. We just need to know, how do we get the thing working, okay? So now it's working, and how do we keep it working? Well, you can continue to hand wind it, but you have to use caution with that. You don't want to overdo it with some watches. But once you get it going, typically you can just put the watch on after you set the time and you can wear it. Most people, unless you're typing at a desk all day and not getting this movement going on with your arm or your hand, but if you're slightly active, you walk around, back and forth, even if it's in an office setting, if you're walking down to the copier or doing whatever, taking breaks and stuff, walking around a little bit, it might be enough movement to keep the power reserve active. So don't give up. Don't freak out. Your watch isn't dead just because the seconds hand stopped moving. All you have to do is help it out a little bit. Give it a little bit of juice. It's automatic. You don't need a battery. You just need to wear it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to cover more topics that are for the beginner of the automatic watch community. And please, in the comment, give tips and tricks. Give good, solid information, because people that are new coming into the hobby, they might watch this video and they might read some of those comments down below. There's a lot of variables. This is the basics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next vid.